It is the final scheduled day of the United Nations Climate Summit in Dubai, and negotiations are breaking down over arguably the most important goal of the event. Diana Olick joins us right now from Dubai with more on that. And what seems to be the sticking point, Diana?
The latest draft of the climate deal released late last night totally dropped language to phase down or phase out the use of fossil fuels. It just said countries should take action that could include reducing their production and consumption of fossil fuels. Now, this is a major blow to those who expected ambitious action to slow global warming. Former Vice President Al Gore posted on X, "It is deeply offensive to all who have taken this process seriously." He also said this COP is on the verge of complete failure and that the deal reads as if OPEC dictated it word for word. Now, the COP presidency, however, led by the CEO of the state-owned oil company ADNOC, called it, quote, "a huge step forward." One analyst responded saying, "I'm not sure which direction that step would be in." Now, outside of the formal deal, among nations still under negotiation, there was progress here made by countries and companies on issues like regenerative agriculture.
What I've been encouraged by at this COP is there's been some pretty big announcements and there's been some real money put at it. Is it enough? No, it's never enough, because we're really talking about transforming a food system.
And I will say the show of force here by corporate America was unprecedented, from big banks to investment firms, airlines, Amazon, big tech like Microsoft and Google. They all want a piece of what is now a $1 trillion climate economy. And you can probably hear the protesters out here now saying no more fossil fuels. We have not seen a lot of protests here, but they're taking this final day to do it. Becky?
Yeah, Diana, this was a huge kind of back and forth where I don't think anybody was necessarily anticipated it'd be taken out entirely. What happened? What happened behind the scenes? What's the best guess?
Well, really, it's the OPEC. The pressure that we were told that the letter was sent by OPEC to its nations saying don't sign anything, don't agree to anything that has phase out or phase down even, and that's why the language changed. Over the weekend, both of those options were still in there, but that pressure over the weekend was just too much. And, you know, now people are saying that they've not done the action, the ambition that they were promised. And what's really remarkable, Becky, is that there was so much optimism here, more than I ever expected, because of this talk of action, but it just hasn't panned out.
A lot of these, though, would have been aspirational goals anyway. I've heard people even like Bill Gates talk about how, yeah, we're not going to meet those aspirational goals that have been set out in the past. Is this more of a realistic view of things?
It is more realistic, but look, if you had the language in there, at least then you could start the process. Were we going to phase out or phase down immediately? Of course not, but we wanted to see more renewables. We wanted to see more commitments to more renewables. That's what the people here, most of them, wanted to see. And this COP was specifically important because it's part of this checkup, this global stock take, it's called, which was a report card on how the world is doing toward the Paris Agreement. And the report card that came out a couple of months ago was basically a fail. So this COP was supposed to address that and have more action. And it seems now some people are already calling the COP here a fail.